What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Ulysses. His opponent today in the blue color, also playing as Kronos. His name is the Rapl. We've got ourselves a spicy mirror. A spicy mirror, ladies and gentlemen. Rapl versus Ulysses. This is the final stage of the group stage. The final stage, the final series of the group stage. And this series matters. Ulysses here and Rapl are on exactly the same points. So whoever wins this will be claiming, I believe, the second place in the group. And whoever loses this, I believe, will be claiming the third place in the group. Going on to play, I believe, Yoshi and Skadi, respectively, in the playoffs, which are both going to be, regardless of the result of this series, it's going to be an incredible playoffs. We've got some incredibly high-level games coming for us in the playoffs. So we are finding ourselves watching a holy Rapl. We've got a Kronos mirror, but Rapl is doing something I'm yet to have seen. This is a first. I'm partly loving it. I'm partly hating it. I don't know how to feel just yet, but Rapl has obviously come into this game with a plan, and he has said, you know what? You know what's better than fighting the water? Not fighting the water and going for an all-out rush onto Ulysses as he decides to not go for the water. Ulysses is scouting around vehemently here with those oracles. I do not believe he's cast his deconstruction. He has not cast his deconstruction, whereas Rapl obviously has dropped that one as the temple going to be moving in onto this position. And Rapl here, he's going to be able to take this dock down. He's going to be able to claim this entire water for himself here and potentially kill a citizen, especially if he has another deconstruction ready for that mana, which I believe he will be having. The other thing here is that I believe Ulysses, he doesn't actually see that temple coming down, so he's not even going to be able to deconstruct the temple. As we see focus coming through, Rapl going to be moving his oracles into position here. Is he making even more oracles is the question. Looks like he's not, but he is going for what to me looks like a Kronos rush on calm shores, putting as much pressure onto Ulysses as he possibly can. Ulysses at this point hasn't even put up his temple. So Ulysses, it seems to me, is going for a 4:30 advance time here. He's got all these villagers on the food at the moment. Surely he's got to be aware of what's coming for him as the oracles are moving into position here to look to put some pressure onto this citizen on this position. We'll see how it's all going to go. Only the one dock for the moment here. Ulysses almost has to abandon the water as 1600 HP deconstruction about to be back up here for Rapl as well, as that citizen here going to start getting targeted down as it gets jumped into the mana, going to be retreating away. We'll see if Rapl is going to be allowing that one to get back home here as the Promethean looking to chase that one down as he actually decides to completely ignore the dock for the time being, chasing the citizen down. He looks like he will be able to take this one out as Rapl, he actually leaves with his oracles here. The citizen making a break back to the mana as Rapl now moving straight in to the main base here, completely ignoring this this dock at this point as another citizen going to be moving in to try and put this one back up. We'll see if Rapl is going to be able to deal with that as the counter barracks coming in onto this position here. The oracles trying to move in. Nice micro there from Rapl to stay outside of the arrow fire there, forcing the Promethean to take that damage as the dock coming back up, and it looks to me after all is said and done, like Ulysses, he might be okay here. Prometheus, 20% remaining. 12 more seconds, more Prometheans moving in to this position here as the villagers trying to grab as much gold as they possibly can, but getting pushed back home. There is a gold mine up on this side that Ulysses could potentially try and grab, as we see the deconstruction getting dropped down onto that counter barracks immediately there, as Rapl has to retreat back. We do see the Promethean popping out, the oracles coming in, a counter barracks getting dropped down, another counter barracks getting time shifted in for Rapl at this moment here. The units have to pull back, and still we're seeing no effort here from Rapl to take out these docks. So Ulysses gets full access to the water there. Rapl hasn't yet moved up to the top side of the map to drop his docks. He's got plenty of wood at the moment. He could have dropped a dock up there and started fishing if he so chose, as the deconstruction getting dropped down onto the counter barracks as well, as Rapl says, I'm just going to move underneath this town center fire, go after the villagers yet again. There's an incredibly low HP citizen there that could potentially get taken out, as Rapl here, he's forgotten his manners, it seems, as we see a mana coming up on this position here for Ulysses as well. Another counter barracks coming in for Rapl, as the citizen getting bashed in, almost getting taken out. At this point, it's 7 citizen apiece, but Ulysses about to go up to 8. Rapl also at 8, so it's incredibly equal in terms of the citizen. But Ulysses has got himself 8 fishing ships at the moment, which is a big deal. If Rapl had managed to pick off 2 citizen here, he would actually be effectively equal in this game. And I'm sure Rapl is going to be realizing he can move up and put this dock down at any point and start his own fishing situation to kind of catch up on the economy if he so chooses. He's still trying to push in. That citizen here, so low HP at the moment with 35 HP, and there's also a 40 HP citizen here, both playing very daringly in this position here, as Rapl microing this one nicely, takes down a Promethean and the Promethean offspring that falls out of there, as the Veil are going to be helping out a ton here. Meanwhile, I mean, those citizens still so low HP. Rapl, he hasn't noticed that he can potentially snipe that one down. 17 HP remaining, 5 HP remaining, falls down on that position. Rapl draws first blood in terms of citizen there, so he's now getting closer and closer to equality in terms of income here in this game, as he can now pull back if he so chooses, keep putting pressure over you. These villagers on this gold mine here, the Promethean here, at some point will pop out once the favor comes through and the gold comes in. He will be able to see that those villagers are on there as it comes through. In fact, if we check out Rapl's perspective, he knows that there's a mana on that position at the moment. He doesn't have another deconstruction remaining as the unit's pushing forward here. We are now seeing Murmillo coming through for Ulysses, which is a big deal here to deal with those Terma. They get bonus damage versus Terma, so that's huge, as the Terma getting a good amount of damage done versus each other. Rapl has got a little bit less on the population than Ulysses has here at this moment, as the Terma still trying to take out each other. Nice micro here from both players, focusing down the Terma, kind of ignoring everything else, as the Promethean here going after that Murmillo here with 2 HP, getting a lot of damage done, and Rapl here in this moment most likely needs to start thinking about retreating here. He's down to next to 0 population, but it's now 10 citizen for Rapl to 8 citizen for Ulysses. And while Rapl is now technically behind, he's getting his dock up over here, he's starting the fishing ships, and he is going to be able to continue in this game. You'd have to expect, we do see this low HP citizen here, obviously Ulysses paying attention here will be able to simply just garrison that and it shouldn't fall, as Rapl going to be moving back home. Might want to start building some more military buildings back home and just start moving into the next stage of this game, considering he gets access to the fish here. He can build the barracks, he can get himself the Milo started, and he should be in a completely fine position here. Ulysses as well might want to consider fishing out the rest here, and that's exactly what he's doing, getting out a couple more fishing ships. There's 12 in total on both sides, as Rapl moves forward to drop a dock down onto this bottom side as well and start putting the pressure there potentially with some Bareems to harass the fishing ships. But Ulysses, he's got to be happy about how he's defended with this. He is technically speaking at the very most equal on income, in income at this point, considering Rapl has got the villager lead here. But Rapl is going to be catching up on that income and giving himself an advantage by getting his fishing ship out. So Ulysses needs to take advantage of the military advantage he has managed to construct here, which is significant. He's in front by around 20 population here, which is a big, big deal. So we do see this Promethean popping out, going to attempt to snipe down this citizen over here. A couple of whacks onto that one. Nice garrison there from Ulysses. Almost goes down. Rapl's got to be a little bit careful there with his Promethean not to lose that too easily to those hero termites. It almost gets sniped down there, down to only 10 HP. Nice play where that's concerned, as Rapl has to pull back. The counter barracks moving back home. He needs to put up a couple more military buildings here, as the fishing ship's still coming out. Another mana coming down there as well, as it looks like a deconstruction. Was that the final deconstruction? Yes, the deconstruction used on the temple, and Rapl has to move all the way back. Ulysses is going to be on the warpath right now. There's a gold mine here that can get pushed off. Rapl can sneak some gold mines over here for the time being to keep himself going here, as he does get caught out yet again on this position. Moving back home, pickaxe coming through for Ulysses at this moment, as Watchtower is going to be coming up. That's going to be vitally important to help him stay alive here. He could also time shift the towers in to defend himself on this gold mine if he so chooses, as the units here look like they will be able to take down that sentry tower before it comes up, and Rapple's going to have to figure out another way forward here in this game. As the Citizen getting targeted down, we will be seeing Rapl retreating back here for the time being into the town center. He's in a lot of trouble right now, but the Citizen making their way over onto both of these gold mines in this corner here. There's still plenty of gold remaining here. No, there's not. He's on 18 gold, and Ulysses immediately going to be checking out these top gold mines here with the hero Terma. Nice play where that's concerned. Finding those Citizen. There is a defensive position over here that Rapl can run to here. He's trying to get as much gold as he possibly can. Plenty of resources in the bank here, is the Terma check out this gold mine as well, and Ulysses knows exactly what he needs to make happen here in this game. But as the units leave, Rapl can pull back up to this top position, grab that home gold mine, and actually take this fight here, as he's getting closer and closer to full population. He's at 92 of 115 population, and every little bit of gold here counts for Rapl to get himself back into this game. In terms of population count, as the units here on this position grabbing, trying to take down the mana here. There's a lot of population being sent onto that position as Rapl gets closer and closer to his full population. He's not currently trained, well, he is now training some units out, some Murmillo coming through. The Caraballas are going to be a big help here defending this position. As the, you could potentially build a Bream here, as that's exactly what Rapple's going to be doing on that position to keep those villagers alive, as the villagers look like they're going to move forward and try and shank down those Caraballas. They do so much damage to the Caraballas. You've got to be very careful with them, though, as one Citizen seemingly falling there, two Citizen going down. Rapple's at 105 or 115 population. He still has a huge Citizen lead here in this game. There's not that, I mean, there's not all the population for Ulysses on this position. He's also fighting underneath Town Center Fire here, as more Citizen going down. Rapl desperately trying to hold on in this position here. He's got the fishing ship out on the bottom side of the map as well to hold on to that, but he's, I mean, I don't see how he can hold this. There's just so many units here. Those Caraballas are doing a huge amount of damage from afar here, but he doesn't have the answer to those mass Terma at this point. However, Ulysses, he's going to be retreating back for the time being. 1,200 wood in the bank here for Rapl. He desperately needs gold mines from somewhere, but how can he get them? As, I mean, he could try and sneak a gold mine over here, potentially build a transport ship, sneak the Citizen around onto this position here. Could be an idea for Rapl moving forward here. And that's the only thing I can think of, and that's with Omniscience, which obviously Rapl is not going to be having here. He knows there's a gold mine on that position, but thinking about building a transport ship at this point to sneak a gold mine is a bit of a crazy idea. As the Citizen's still trying to grab the remainder of that 443 gold. Meanwhile, over on this position, we do see a handful of Citizen jumping onto this position, as now more units coming through to start targeting those down. Ulysses will be not allowing that at any point here, as the units here have to pull back, trying to keep that Citizen alive. Does manage to garrison it into the gold mine. The Citizen over here as well, grabbing this gold mine as well, as Rapl here, 102 of 115 population, but Ulysses has managed to grab himself a second town center after all is said and done. And Rapl, simply put here, how is he going to be able to win these fights, being down population, being down town centers here, being no gold income either, as all the Citizens retreating away from this matter for the time being here, back to the home position. Rapl almost needs to use all of his citizen to just push through and tank here for the time being to try and win this fight and get himself a gold mine. But the citizen getting targeted down, all back onto the gold for the time being. 200 gold remaining in that gold mine. Citizens getting targeted down there as they all fall incredibly fast in that fight. The Murmillo diving in to try and take down those Caraballas, but they do so much damage to the Murmillo here as more Terma coming through from the back end from Rapl. But Ulysses here, he's at full population. He's got his income is in full swing at this point. No raids onto him, and Ulysses manages to not only defend that Kronos rush from Rapl here, but also manages to correctly identify what the weakness is in after all was said and done, and he just goes straight for that gold starve, and Rapl just could not spend his resources fast enough. He had the income. In fact, if we, I did not mean to hit that button, but apparently I can't check the post game now. But if you check the income at the end there, Rapl was having more income than Ulysses at the end, but it doesn't matter if you've got more income if you've got no gold income, and that tends to be the answer for a lot of early games ending. Incredibly well played by Ulysses. Rapl almost got that win. I feel like if he put more effort into maybe targeting that, instead of going for the gold mine in the main base, just targeting down that fish, taking that dock down as a first, as the first point of call, and also targeting down that villager, potentially deconstructing the villager, the manor, and killing that citizen off, plus killing the dock would have been enough of a equalization, so to speak. Without losing any military, he would have been able to catch back up in terms of the resources lost in going for that that Kronos rush, and he may have been able to be in a good position. But Ulysses gets that first win. If you guys enjoyed that one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.